Hi guys! Today was the first day of the Ultimate Tournament that was added in the last update 3.2. It's under the Arena tab there. So you click on it for the Ultimate Tournament. It's in the group stage at the moment. I'm not going to get past the group stage on this attempt though. You basically have to set up your three teams before the tournament actually starts. Then it gets sorted into groups of I think maximum is like 20 in a group, depending on how many people have signed up. And then you have to play 15 matches against the other people that are in your group, and then you earn points from that. So along the bottom there, elimination stage starts at 6 p.m. And the amount of points that you have. So I've got 162. The group rank, which is this one here, this group, 13th in that one, and total rank. So out of everybody on all the servers, because it's a cross-server thing, so it's all the people that are on your particular kind of server. So for me, I play on the EU servers. So this is out of everybody on the EU servers. Says a few people from 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I think 21, 22. No one from 20. There's a couple of people from 22 in here as well. But the total rank is out of everybody from this whole thing that they've like people that have signed up and entered and gone into group stages. I'm assuming that means then the final 32 can enter championship stage is the top 32 out of the total rank, not the people that are necessarily in this group. But I would have thought it'd probably be at least the top person from each of the group, maybe the top two or three. It just depends on how many points and stuff that they've got that goes in for the total ranking. So in these group ones, you earn these ultimate tournament tokens, and depending on your rank, your final ranking, you'll get the amount that's shown down the right hand side there. So for me, I finished 13th, so I'll get 300 of these ultimate tournament tokens. So the higher up you finish, the more you get. But then if you qualify for the final 32, then you'll get more rewards from that. I think it's an elimination thing afterwards in the final 32. And that sort of takes place today as well. So that starts at like 6 p.m. and I think then they have like other rounds and stuff all the way up to about 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. And then it goes, I think it will be starting again after that. Because from reading the rules, when group stage ends, the top players will enter the final 32 and will be divided up into the upper and lower bracket elimination stage. Elimination stage, players can adjust their formation and buy morale, gain proportional stat bonuses when morale is higher than your opponent. Buying morale can generate gifts. Players from the same server can open gifts for rewards. Each player can only claim once. So I don't know what all that's going to be about. You'd have to obviously get through to that elimination stage section before you can, see all this stuff. Reading it sometimes makes it sound a little bit more confusing than it actually is, because reading the first part, actually signing up and doing the group and stuff, it sounded a little bit sort of bit confusing, not necessarily hard or anything, but just confusing the way it worked until we actually got to see it in action. It's like pretty easy to do because the group stages all do it automatically anyway. The championship stage preparation period runs. So I don't know how that works because it seems to be 32 people get into the final 32 elimination stage, and then there's a championship stage. So I don't know if that's what the elimination stage is because it doesn't really mention it, but like about the times and stuff. So I'm assuming that it's elimination, but it's actually called the championship stage, and that runs preparation between 9 and 9:30, and then the actual matches between 9:30 and 10 p.m. But then afterwards, sign up for the next day's ultimate tournament will start. So from that, it sounds like it's a like a 1 day tournament thing anyway, because it started today, the group stages, and ends tonight with the championship stages and matches going on, and then sign up start again. It looks like for tomorrow, and it's a thing that happens every day. If it is, that's going to be really cool, because then it's easier to know when these things are actually starting, because the cross server is sometimes a little bit confusing. You have to keep going to Arena, clicking on cross server just to see how many days are left until it restarts, so you have to keep an eye on it. But if this is something that's going to happen every day, then you can just do it like first thing in the morning or whatever, or at night before you go to bed or whatever, ready for the next day's one. And then if you do miss one, it's like you don't have to go waiting for a long period of time. You can just do it the next day or whatever. Or if you miss a few days, you can just do it for the next day when you start. So, but I'm assuming that's what that means. It will be something that happens on a daily kind of basis. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You get put into the groups, then you click on the My Schedule tab, and then every 10 minutes you have a match. But you don't have to click on anything to actually start the match. The match just starts on its own, and then you can come to this bit to see if you won, how many points you got. You can click on the camera icon there, and it gives you a breakdown of the other teams. BR ratings, their formations and everything, and then there's another camera button so you can watch the actual match. It tells you how many points you get for each of the matches, so it's quite a lot of detail there. You can go to detailed info as well, and it tells you how you got your points and stuff. So I think you get points for the knockout. So if your team wins, and obviously you'd get 5 points because there's 5 people to defeat on the opposition's team. So you get 5 points plus, I assume because you win, it gets doubled, so you get 10. And if you're on the losing team, then if you knock someone out on the other person on your opponent's team, you get a point for that. Because if you look at this one, Axeman, the first battle there, he's got 2 points there, 1 on the second person and 1 on the last person on this first match. And then when we go back, you can see he got 2 points for that match. So I'm assuming you get 1 point for each knockout, and then if you're on the winning team, they get doubled, or something along them lines. So yeah, so you can go back and watch the match if you want. But we're not gonna watch the whole match. Just having a quick look through it at the moment. And then maybe the points get deducted from your team's points, because you would get 5 for that one and it gets doubled, but because the other person got 2, the maximum amount of points that can be given for each of the matches is 10 or something, I don't know. So maybe a perfect victory, it looks like, gets you 10. Let's just check that out, because this bottom one here, the victory on my third team, I got 10 points. So yes, they didn't get any knockouts there, but I did, so I'd get the whole 10 points. So it's a bit confusing, I guess, but yeah, if you get a perfect win, no one gets knocked out on your team, you get the full 10 points. If you win, but the other team, they knock out a couple of your team, then they're going to get points, and you don't get perfect points, like the perfect 10 points. So the more matches you win with perfect victories, you'll get 30 points per match then. Another thing there was something that they should definitely add to all the other kind of modes as well, is like how much damage each person's done. I assume that's what that green bar is there next to the amount of damage. It looks like it anyway. It looks like the percentage of damage or something done. And then at the bottom you can see MVP, Green Ranger, and then my name in the bracket there. So you can see who's the best for each. Now the actual breakdown for the group elimination, from the group elimination bit has happened. So that's the group part. So then we go into this upper bracket, lower bracket, finals. Championship has not started. Please try later. So obviously I didn't make it into that bit. I was way out because I finished like 400 and something. Yeah, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, so you got, so the winner of each of the brackets then plays each other. I guess that's what the championship stage was later. Is the final one, the final match for the 2 winners of each of the brackets. Treasure chest preview. Okay, so if you get into the final 32, which you would have done if you're in the elimination part, you get 400 of the ultimate tournament tokens, all the way up to being champion 1,500. I guess then we'll have to wait and see what you get for first and second in the actual championship. Probably, I would have thought at least 3,000 or 4,000 of these ultimate tokens, or maybe about 3,000 or 2,000 of them. And I wonder if they'll give you some sort of special like icon that goes on to like an avatar. Just having a look at the names and stuff. So rules. Ultimate tournament. Oh no, this is the same rules anyway as what's in the other bit. So yeah, so you'll be able to have a look at them. See, that's the morale thing in the brackets there. So you can buy something that increases the morale. Maybe it's sold in the shop here or something, or maybe it pops up somewhere. Obviously I can't see it, maybe because I'm not in there, so it's only for them kind of people. But we'll have to wait and see. If I ever get through to that kind of thing, then I'll be able to see. Maybe someone can let us know how that all works with the buying the morale thing. If you have to go a certain place, or if there's a certain option here somewhere. Because I can't see anything there that says you can buy morale. This is not there. Maybe it's an extra item in here that shows up if you're actually the person who's qualified for that bit. Yeah, so I can go back and look at the group review part, but I can't look at the actual group rankings anymore now. That's it for the group rankings. I was kind of thinking it'd probably disappear anyway, and you'll only see the something like this, or it would pop up saying you didn't qualify or something, and it'll be like come back tomorrow or whatever, or after such and such time. But you can actually see all this bit, so this is quite cool to be able to see all of this, and then be able to see what teams everyone picks. Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see what happens after this one's finished, and see if it starts again fresh tomorrow and it's a daily thing. So that'd be pretty cool. And there's some cool things to be able to get in the Ultimate Tournament shop as well. The new heroes there, Drakiana, or Draciona. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just going to say Draciona. The boost gems for the new feature for boosting your heroes. Aphemis crystals, rune crystals, some of these hard to get armor pieces there as well. So I don't know if these ones are just random pieces of armor that change, and the rest sort of stays kind of the same with the boost gems and stuff. But we'll have to see what happens with that as time goes by. Okay, so that was a look at the first Ultimate Tournament. Shame I haven't qualified for it, so we could see exactly what happens in the next parts and stuff. But it looks pretty straightforward, really. There's another option somewhere to be able to buy some morale to boost that, to help your team, give them temporary boosts and stuff, stat boosts. But I can't see any way of getting them. But maybe you have to be the people who have qualified. There's a option somewhere there. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's it for my Ultimate Tournament video. Maybe share with me what you where you finished, how well you did, if you qualified, if you finished top of your group and qualified, or if you finished top and you still don't qualify. Let me know about that. But I'm assuming that if you finish top of your group, I would imagine that would easily get you through to the final 32. I don't know, maybe it's the top 2 or 3 from each group, but it's kind of hard to tell because it looks like it's on total amount of points. So, but I would imagine it's definitely the top, and maybe the top 2, 3. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.